The NBA was not happy with the Houston Rockets. It's because they saw the way the game was going with the analytics, and it was like,
y'all gotta understand that either way, the Cavaliers beat the dog out the Rockets.
No, that's amazing. I would have liked to find out. I would have liked to find out.
Yo, Jordan Brown would have been looking at.
We was
starting at the center.
Go back. First of all, he wasn't starting. It was Capella. Go back and look at that year. We ate dog food against the Cavs. Like, what nobody wants to
Who's y'all coach? Who's y'all coach, Jordan?
Mike D. Stop playing with Mike D.
Oh, that's
the offensive genius. Yeah,
stop playing with Mike D. We ate dog food against the Cavs. We was ready for that.
Stop playing with Mike D.
Mike
D stopped playing around with that video game offense and implemented some systems.
You know what systems they implemented?
James Harden.
Cheat.
Oh, that's
what they did. They said, "Hey, pack their ass up, refs."
Yeah, it was blatantly
rigged. Get a pass block.
Yo, chill. What would that? How would that series have went in your
Jordan Bell screen? Yeah.
How would that series have went? Cavs versus Rockets. Who wins that? How many games?
I was rooting for the Rockets in 2018 because I thought
it would have been Rockets in 6.
I think it would have been a much better matchup for them playing against the Rockets than it was against Golden State because Golden State's firepower was way too much. I felt like
we was kicking their ass.
First and foremost, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I told Mars this. Didn't Iguodala get hurt in that series?
He was hurt.
Yeah, so if he doesn't get hurt, they make quick work of y'all in 5 games. Y'all would have been finished. So he ended up getting hurt. They would have made quick work of y'all.
Yeah, but Chris Paul, how dare I bring up Chris Paul?
Yeah,
Chris Paul not tore that hamstring, we would have got them out of there in 6.
Yeah, I suppose.
And that would have been the biggest
he got hurt
in NBA history.
And then got swept in the finals, though.
Yeah,
Chris Paul wasn't in the finals.
Chris Paul wasn't even hurt. He was just ducking that Steph Curry fan.
No, bro, we would have pulled.
He was doing that.
The Rockets would have pulled off the biggest.
Put that on Chris Paul. Chris Paul ain't never done.
The Rockets would have pulled off the biggest heist in NBA history, and that was
stopping the
Warriors
too.
Bro, James Harden
it's Rockets in 5 or 6. I'll give him a game.
Yeah, bro. Like, you don't realize what the Rockets did to the Warriors that people didn't understand.
Y'all don't realize that would have been bronze. Y'all don't realize that would have been bronze easiest. That would have been bronze easiest.
No, it wasn't. Bro,
that would have been the easiest final of
the career.
Listen, Ox, you don't realize that the Rockets
sucked. What are y'all talking
about? Listen, chill.
They were the third best team in the league that year, chill. At the maximum, they were the third best team in the league that year, chill. You disagree with that?
Cleveland?
Yeah, behind the Warriors and Rockets, they were the third best team in the NBA that year, and at the max.
And with that, tell everybody here who they had.
Who?
They're the best player in the league.
What?
But listen,
and he got dog walk in the finals. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, because they had Steph Curry and Draymond Green.
That's the point. James Harden and CP3 walk through them.
The Warriors were the best team in the NBA. I don't think
y'all don't realize that the Rockets were the best team in the NBA that year.
That wasn't an average.
What do you think James Harden? If you think James Harden was struggling, what do you think James Harden would have did?
Isolations on Kevin Love, by the way.
The Rockets were factually the best team in the NBA that year, Ox. They were the best team in the NBA.
What is factually? They had the best record.
They had the best record. They had the best record. They had the best offense. They were on the top 6 defense. Like,
yes, they had.
Are the Cavs factually the best teim in the NBA?
Last night James got LeBron James on the isolation. Step back 3.
You say Boston's the best team, though, right, Mars?
In the playoff setting, I think they are the best team. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have the third best record in the NBA.
I think Golden State were the best team in the NBA. I think Houston was second.
Y'all don't realize this. Y'all don't realize the reason why the Rockets had success against the Warriors is because the Rockets made them play one-on-one.
Yes, they switched everything.
And they had the defenders to do that. And they would have done it against the Cavs, and the Cavs would have been disarray. They did that to the Cavs and had them in disarray. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like,
so you guys were locked in, bro.
Let me tell you.
No, it's not about that. It's not about that.
Why is it not about that?
I just said this 20 minutes ago. If you go into a series and your plan against Denver is to stop Jokic, you're stupid. If you go into a series and your plan is to stop LeBron, you're stupid. That's not the idea. It's not. slow down LeBron. It's the
He just said y'all had one-on-one defenders.
Yeah,
so now I'm asking, what are you doing with LeBron?
Switch everything and make them play one-on-one.
When LeBron played well in the 2018 finals, they got mocked. When LeBron played well in the 2014 finals, they got mocked. When LeBron played well in the 2015 finals, they got mocked. Let's not act like we haven't seen LeBron play well and get destroyed in the finals.
Who are the teams we are talking about?
The Rockets were better.
The Rockets were better than every team they played.
Wait, chill. Listen.
LeBron's played well and got destroyed in the finals many times.
Against who?
Why would the Rockets beat them that year? Why are we rewriting history?
Not the Rockets.
Why are we rewriting history?
We're talking about the Spurs and
we're not rewriting history.
That Rockets team was one of the best teams of the 2010s.
Is that 2014? Is that Rockets team better than that Spurs team in 2014?
No.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
No. Even if they are not, which I'm fine to concede. The 14 Heat, clear the 2018 Cavs. Clear them.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're right about that.
You can just be quiet about the fact that the 14 Spurs are better than the Rockets. The 14 Heat are so much better than the 18 Cavs. And they still lost by, Skip Bayless would say, a record margin. You know why? Because LeBron playing well is not enough to just win a series. I don't understand how this is
not against the Warriors.
It's not a foreign concept,
the man. It's 4-6.
You're the favorite going into the Spurs series, though.
6 times. He played so great in so many finals, and he's still 4-6. So how are we still arguing that LeBron playing great alone?
Nobody said that.
Chill. Who else was on that team for the Cavs? Who else was on that Cavs team that year?
So J.R. Smith,
Cooked.
Love,
Cooked. George Hill.
That's what I'm thinking about. George Hill, Tristan Thompson,
Cooked. Channing Frye, right?
Channing Frye was on that team.
Cooked.
There's no way they sticking with the Rockets, bro.
I'm serious. This is blind faith in LeBron. When we've seen, but he's
lost 6 of them. He's lost 6 against the Spurs. Best player in all those series, except for the first one.
The Spurs.
He lost 6 finals. He's been the best player in at least
every time LeBron's been
9
in the finals
against better teams.
The Rockets were better than the Cavs that year.
Mars, can I ask you a question? Are we
lost the better team, Swiper?
Mars, is it fair to say that Mars, to your point, you talking about James? To your point, you talking about LeBron James being awesome in the finals and them losing. Have we not seen James Harden fold up like a lawn chair in a playoff series? Have we not seen that? In fact,
2018 we didn't.
When has James Harden? No, because you're saying it, but like we need to understand basketball.
We 100%.
Okay, so when has James Harden had a bad playoff series against one of the 5 worst defenses in the NBA? When? Tell me one time.
When has he played? When has he
against
played
one of the worst defenses in the NBA? When has he played bad?
Okay, so that Cavs defense in the playoffs.
That Cavs defense sucked to you.
In the playoffs?
Yeah, LeBron was just really damn good. LeBron was really spectacular for them.
You can't.
LeBron was really spectacular.
Even though he was, you still have to play defense. You still have to rebound. And they did that in the playoffs. Now, what you're going to tell me is the
Cavs ranked 11th in defense in the playoffs of the 16 teams. The only teams below them that got past the first round was the Toronto Raptors. Every other team every other team that was a worse defense than the Cavs lost in round 1. The Spurs, the Heat, the Blazers, and the Timberwolves. All Western Conference teams. If you look at the Eastern Conference, the Cavs had the second worst defense. The only team that was worse defensively was the Raptors, whose defensive rating was so bad because they got destroyed by the Cavs. Their defense was terrible against the Cavs, so their defensive rating is at the bottom. The Cavs had one of the worst defenses in the playoffs. So yes.
In the NBA, actually.
Their defense sucked. In the regular season, their defense sucked. The Cavs defense was bad. We're not doing revisionist history. At the time, everyone said the Cavs had no business even being in the finals. At the time, everyone said the Cavs sucked. At the time, everyone said the only reason they're here is because of LeBron. Now you're trying to tell
nobody said that. What did that?
No, that's what y'all saying. Y'all just saying about LeBron.
Wait.
Leave that as the
take a deep breath. Who said? Take a deep breath. Who at the time in 2018 said these Cavs suck?
Who said that?
No, that was definitely
it was relative to the team before that.
James,
absolutely, Ron. They didn't have Kyrie, so they weren't as good.
Rob, you guys are just in the chat lying. Y'all are lying in the chat right now. Yo, look. The thing about y'all in the chat is whenever if we have an argument, Mars say something, y'all think we got to agree with it. I don't agree with that.
Since the 07 Cavs.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at Prize Picks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With Prize Picks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections and every single stat line imaginable to make your Prize Picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with Prize Picks. So what are you waiting for? Download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. Prize Picks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
That's what they were saying. They were saying it's the worst team to make the finals since the Cavs in 07. That's what they were saying.
Brown on for 4 of those years too. He wasn't on the team, so yeah, those years don't.
No, I'm not saying the worst.
I got it, bro.
I'm saying the worst team to make the finals in 11 years. That's what
every time y'all start talking about LeBron, this is what y'all do, especially Chill. They have LeBron. They were getting walked down. They were getting walked down. They have lost. He lost 6 finals, even though he was the best player in the world during the entire stretch because the other team was much better. Okay, 07, cool. Much better.
But wait. Saying that
every single time we bring up LeBron, here's you. But they have LeBron. James Harden would have had him.
They were a playoff team. Does that make you feel better? We're talking about relative.
No, none of it makes me feel any type of way. I'm saying that you can't say that this team was worse than this team, so that means they suck. That's what I said. I heard you say that team sucked, and I'm like, they didn't suck. But then y'all say, well, they were the worst team to make the finals since that. Okay, that's cool, but that don't mean they suck.
Okay, were they? Okay, because I guess when I say things, when I say things, I'm already know what I mean, but I understand people don't know why. The Cavs were not a bad basketball team. They aren't the Charlotte Hornets. Okay.
At one point, they were a bad basketball team, but keep going.
But they had LeBron. They weren't the Charlotte Hornets.
They also had Derrick Rose that year too, I think.
They were all he got moved. They also said that the 2018 Cavs were the worst team to make the finals since the 07 Cavs. That's what was said. They also said LeBron is having the biggest carry job to the finals in NBA history. That's what was being said. Because no one thought the Cavs roster outside of LeBron was any good in terms of contending for a championship. Now, are they solid in terms of being a 9 seed? Cool, whatever. But in terms of being an actual competent championship contending team, everyone thought the Cavs were nowhere near that.
The Eastern Conference, they never would have made it.
No one thought it would have.
When you say everyone, y'all talking about like news articles?
I want you guys to remember.
Hold up right quick. Let Chill go. Go ahead, Chill.
Because this is what Mars is saying. They were the worst team since the Cavs in 07. Relative to, the Cavs in 16, the Warriors in 16, the Cavs
the Lakers.
in 15, the Lakers in 2008, the Boston Celtics in 2008,
great team,
the Dallas Mavericks in 2008. We're talking about these dudes like they was complete garbage. No,
they weren't good.
They were not
good. Because LeBron made this. Chill, how many minutes
you're missing the point? Y'all missing these points.
Hold on. Chill. How many minutes did LeBron play? Hold on, Jordan. Remember, Chill, I'm asking you directly. You remember in that series,
I do remember
LeBron James left the court for 1 minute. 1 minute versus that Warriors team, and they got destroyed. He had to play damn near every minute of that series just to keep it close, and it didn't mean anything. because they had KD and Steph going crazy. They were eviscerating that Cleveland team, even despite that game one performance and all that stuff. James Harden and the rest of that roster, they would have dog walked the rest of the Cleveland team.
Fact,
no, listen, chill. This is not about LeBron. LeBron would have been fine. Who else on that team would have been able to step up?
There's nobody else on that team that's going to score. There's nobody else on that team that's going to score on PJ Tucker, Trevor Ariza.
Prime PJ Tucker, yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. You can fry PJ Tucker, but I'm talking about
prime PJ Tucker.
Prime said fry. I'm talking about Kevin Love. Like, they gonna make guys like J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert try to win you a game. Good luck, because the way that the Rockets was hooping, your ass tried anything outside of like Terrence Crawford told Errol Spence. You get out of line, I'm gonna put you in your place. That's how the Rockets was back then. You got out of line, you get put in your place. 45 minutes a game in
that series, Chill. 45 versus the Warriors, and they got decimated. They got lost by 13.
The Rockets used to put people in their place all the time.
21 when he was on the court, decimated.
It's just like
they weren't a good team.
To be laughable, bro. Because I was on my day arguing that.
Revisionist history. I remember how they talked about the Cavs during that time, and that James, this was a carry job from James. I remember that's not something that I'm oblivious to. I 100% remember them saying that this is one of the biggest carry jobs. The idea that they suck, though. That's my issue, because they did not suck.
Okay, chill.
Relative to a team that goes far in the play,
they make the playoffs.
The Hornets. I'm not saying. I don't know how much clearer. Of course, if you make the playoffs, you're already at a level that you're not one of the worst teams in the NBA. I'm not saying
and to get to the
NBA
finals.
Think critically, please. Like, can we?
I am thinking critically, Mark. They beat a team. They swept the team that won 58 games.
The Eastern Conference wasn't a good conference back then. Like, that wasn't a good conference. If you'd have put four teams from the Western Conference, the Raptors wouldn't be the Raptors at that time. Like, nobody cared about that.
Chill. But
you could put the Utah Jazz over there, and they would be good over there.
Jordan, listen to this.
Rockets kick their ass.
Jose Calderon, Jordan Clarkson, Jay Crowder, Channing Frye, Jeff Green, George Hill, Rodney Hood, Kyle Korver, Kevin Love, and Larry Nance Jr., who was a child, year 2. What is that team doing? They're getting
no way.
They got to.
What is that doing? They beating the Rockets in 6. That's what they doing.
You trolling.
That's what they do.
And it was because of LeBron James that they ended up going to the conference finals.
100%.
Why are we acting like the Rockets had a bomb
squad? That's what I'm saying. You just named a bunch of names. Name the Rockets roster.
Why are we acting like the Rockets?
Name names on the roster.
James Harden,
the Rockets were not like that.
PJ Tucker,
Eric
Gordon. I mean, it's not.
Eric Gordon averaged 18 on the bench, I think.
Yeah, young Eric Gordon.
Bro, he averaged 18 off the bench.
That same team, Ryan Anderson off the bench, Trevor Ariza was still one of the best wing defenders in the league. They had Tariq Black, Bobby Brown. They had Isaiah Cannon played that year. Clint Capella was good that year. Eric Gordon was good that year. Gerald Green had his best season of his career that year. Nene Hilario was playing well that year. James Harden was there that year. They had Joe Johnson coming off the bench. Chris Paul was on that team. PJ Tucker was on that team. They had plenty of players that were contributing to one of the best defenses in the league.
They do great. A bunch of players that didn't even play. Isaiah Cannon wasn't on the playoff roster. Tariq Black did not play in the playoffs. What I'm saying is,
they were still a better roster than this Cavs team.
They weren't, and that's what I'm saying. I just disagree.
Do you remember the roster is the Rockets roster in 18 isn't better than the 2018 Cavs?
No, I don't think so.
Why did that show itself in the regular season then? Why did that show itself in the regular season?
I won't argue that part.
Swiper, you don't even care about the regular season.
Yes, I do. Why in the regular season?
Don't.
Why was that team
underwhelming?
Why was the team underwhelming in the regular season then? If the roster was just as good as the roster, you do that.
It wasn't. It wasn't. To your point, it got flipped in the summertime, and then it got flipped again.
Flipped in the mid-season too.
They got that's 12 new guys, right? 12 new guys over the course of 6 months that the roster got flipped. So that roster wasn't. I'm not going to say that roster had the continuity that Houston had. I'm not saying that roster. I'm not saying it. However, what I am saying.
Chill. Go ahead. I'm listening.
However, what I am saying is, even though that Cavs roster wasn't superior, they got to the NBA Finals with the best player in the league, and those guys playing off the best player in the league.
In the worst conference, don't you?
But we've seen teams who are better lose. We've seen that. And James Harden and Chris Paul up until that point.
What team did they lose to that they were better than? Chill.
No, chill. Don't say up until that point. Up
What
until
team
this
did they
point.
lose to?
Up until this point.
Hold on.
Go to the playoffs.
Ron, hold on. What team did the Rockets lose to that they were better than?
What?
The Warriors.
Only lost to the Warriors. They only lost to the Warriors.
In their career?
When they were together.
In their careers. No, because you
brought up
LeBron's career and him being the best.
That's a different argument.
No, it's not a different argument. If we're historically speaking, and we're talking about players where LeBron plays his
don't worry,
best,
Mars, I got this.
lose in the finals.
Don't worry about this. This is easy.
What happens when Chris Paul and James Harden play their best?
Hold on, Ron. Okay, Ron. Hold on, Ron. Because you're gonna argue because Ron, you're gonna put something. No, Ron know exactly what he's doing because you trying to argue past something that's not true. Number one, what team?
So when have they?
What team? Hold on, listen. I'm about to tell you. We about to go through it. What team have James Harden lost to that they were supposed to beat?
What team is they lost to that they were supposed to beat?
Yeah, what team?
Let you guys tell it the Warriors.
What team did they lose?
Let you guys tell it the Warriors.
The favorites against the Warriors.
What team did the Cavs lose to that they were supposed to be?
So now we're doing
the favorite against the Warriors.
So now we're doing favorites.
For a reason.
Technically, they were favored in 15.
And they didn't. And to be honest,
but they weren't supposed to. The Rockets wasn't supposed to beat no team that they lost to.
If I'm not mistaken,
what year did Manu Pop
didn't only lose?
17.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. James Harden didn't only lose to the
that you said would have beat.
Yeah, he lost to the Spurs. They weren't supposed to beat the Spurs either.
I like that.
Yeah,
team.
What team did James Harden lose to that they were supposed to win?
When James Harden entered that MVP level player in 2015, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah.
In 2016, they were the 8th seed. They lost to the Warriors.
Yep.
In 2017, they lost to the Spurs with prime Kawhi Leonard. They lost.
Correct.
James Harden played horrible in that closeout game. I agree.
They were supposed to lose that game, though.
What year was that? That was 14 before?
14.
That was 14.
They were supposed to lose that series.
James Harden played horrible in that closeout game in 2017.
No, they weren't. Come on, stop right there, Mars. No, they were not supposed to lose that series in 14.
Yes, they were.
Give me a break.
I don't understand why that matters so much to you, Jordan. Who cares?
Yes, they were. Because the Rockets, James Harden only had one really, really damn good team with the Rockets, and that was the Chris Paul year. Besides that, James Harden.
That team in 2014 that lost to the Trailblazers, that wasn't a good team that he was on with Dwight Howard? Are you kidding me?
Okay, but then you got Dame and LaMarcus Aldridge on the other end, who was giving Dwight 40. What are we talking about? He was giving him 40.
Marcus was really good in that series. But Dwight Howard.
They're supposed to lose. They got Dame.
If I'm not mistaken, Dwight Howard, he had a 20-20 game in that, not a 20.
Bro, Dwight Howard wasn't even really that good that year, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, he really wasn't that good that year. No, he was not. No, he was. All right.
That's not true.
No, he was not.
But like I said, when James Harden got to that MVP level, sure. So 2014, before he was even at the MVP level. But if you want to say they should have won that series, cool. 2015, they lost to the Warriors. In 2016, they lost to the Warriors. In 2017, they lost to the Spurs. James Harden played horrible in that closeout game. If you want to give him blame for that, that's fine, because I'm fine with that myself, because he played horrible. I hold you to the standard that you have to play well. 2018, they lost to the Warriors. 2019, they lost to the Warriors. 2020, they lost to the Lakers.
Championships.
Like, James Harden was losing to very clearly better teams than his team. That's what was happening. In 2020 against the Lakers, he played well. In 2019 against the Warriors, he played well. In 2018 against the Warriors, he played well. In 2016 against the Warriors, he played well. In 2015 against the Warriors, he played well. Now, if you want to say in the closeout game against the Warriors in 2015, he didn't play well and you want to blame him for that, I'm fine with that. Because also in that closeout game, he didn't play well. I think he had like 11 turnovers. I'm absolutely fine with that. Over the course of that series, he played well. The only series in that time frame in which he lost and he played poorly, or you want to give him that lion's share of the blame, is that Spurs series, and I'm fine with that. I will agree with that.
Yeah.
But to act as if
I ain't
James
gonna agree with it. He played bad, but they weren't supposed to win.
If you want to lie and say James Harden was just constantly losing series he was meant to lose, or was just constantly playing poorly against these teams, that's just not true. That's just not true. I know the.
Why do y'all care so much about the odds or who was supposed to win? Who's supposed?
That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. We're just talking about the team construction. They weren't supposed to beat those teams.
If he played well.
Well, I'm saying in those earlier years, if they wouldn't have lost the Warriors, they was gonna lose to somebody.
Not even that. But Mars completely forgets in 28. Mars completely forgets in 2018 when they had the Golden State Warriors in the chokehold and Steph Curry didn't score in the first half of that game on the road. By the way,
that's 2019. That's 2019.
In 2019, I'm sorry. In 2019,
James Harden played well.
Yeah, but like, what you about to say? What they got to do with
that game?
James Harden played well. James Harden played well.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
We have a series today.
Chill.
I'm not trying to hit it, Jordan, because if we have a series
today,
James
averaged like 30 against them. What are you talking about?
Because if we have a series today where Joker is in an elimination game and he doesn't score in the first half of the game, he's in an elimination game and he doesn't score in the first half, whomever they're going up against.
They got Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant, whether it's, I don't know.
Hold on.
KD wasn't there that game.
Whether it's Joe, he didn't even play in that game. Whether it's
whether Steph Curry not scoring, the game is tied in the first half, right?
If these guys don't score, you are supposed to close that game out.
Okay.
In that game.
So that's right. Go off your 6-year-old memory. You know in that game.
Tell me that the game was close.
I'm talking to the chat. You know in that game with Steph Curry not scoring in the first half, he was in foul trouble. You know the game was tied at halftime, right?
I do know that the game was close.
You know Klay Thompson, that other smash he had 20 in the first half, right?
Yeah.
You know the Warriors were playing really well, right? You know it was 57-57 at the end of the first half, right?
And this is without KD.
Yeah, without KD.
They ain't supposed to have KD anyway.
Without KD.
They ain't supposed to have KD anyway, Ron.
Sounds like them niggas ain't that good.
Thank you, Ox.
Thank you. 73 games without KD. Them niggas, they won 73 games without KD.
Game time.
Come on, man. Crazy concept, right?
Yeah, they won 73 games without them.
So the game's tied at the end of the first half. The game's tied at the end of the first half. With Steph Curry going scoreless, he played maybe like 15 minutes. He was in foul trouble.
Game time.
The second half comes around because Steph Curry does that thing. He scores 33 in the He scores 33. That's fine.
So James is supposed to score.
You know James Harden plays well in the second half, right? You know he didn't fold in the second half, right? You know James Harden played really well in the second half.
What did he end with, Mars? What did he end with? 30?
The game was 34 or 35. He led the game.
What is he supposed to have? What is he supposed to have?
James Harden led the game in scoring. So I just want to make it abundantly clear. The game in which Chill is criticizing James Harden for Steph Curry going scoreless in the first half and then winning the game in the second half. The game was tied with Steph Curry going scoreless. James Harden led the game in scoring. James Harden was efficient, and James Harden was once again the best player in that game. Now you can go crazy. 33 in the second half. Okay.
So how do they end up losing then, Mars?
Because the Warriors were better. That's why. That's what he explained it to you. The Warriors were better.
I can get my best player to get me one game.
Wait, chill. Why?
The Warriors were way better than the Rockets.
All I know is without KD, LeBron beat those Warriors.
That's all I know. I can get my best player to get me one game. I can get my best player to get me one game.
LeBron got swept.
Are we forgetting game 3 where the man had 40 and won? He got you games. Why are we having revisionist history when he got you the game you're talking about? My best player could get me one game. He got you one in game 3. He gave you 40 and won.
And then I get Steph Curry. Then I get Steph Curry to be scoreless in the first half, as good as Klay Thompson.
He had 30 in the second half.
Yeah, he had 30 in the second half. Okay,
prime. Jordan, I need you to reiterate this. Steph Curry was in his prime. He was an MVP player.
Hold on, Swiper. Mark, how many points did Andre Iguodala have?
I do remember the series.
How many points did Sean Livingston have?
My best player can get me one game when game 3, 41 to win the game. Game 4, damn near 40 again to win the game. But your best player can get you one game. He already got you 2. So how many more? You need him to win every game.
One more. Especially when.
Oh, you gonna say one more?
And then you
give me one more.
Jordan. Then he'll win game 6, and then game 7.
Give me one more. I need one more.
Give me one more.
Yeah, it's gonna be give me one more every time, Chill.
Based on that logic, why did LeBron James get swept? Why did LeBron get swept?
Get no game.
The Warriors were the best team.
No, that's so dumb. You're trolling. You won. Couldn't even get the first one. 51
I'm just saying,
minutes.
the Warriors
Chill.
both those teams. The Warriors would have built
use your chick. Chill. Use your chick logic on this one. That just give me one more. Come on, Chill. That ain't gonna work, and you know it. That ain't gonna work after the first 3 times. Give me one more. One more time. Yeah, keep going. One more time, baby. That ain't gonna work, Chill.
Jordan Morris swiper. But this is the point I'm making. I'm not narrowing it down to James Harden. I'm talking about the team as a whole. And that's just some of the things that I'm getting at with that Rockets team not being good. The fact that you let Steph Curry go off for 30 like that, the fact that you let Klay Thompson go off for 20 in the first half, it's just little things. It's little things like that. It's little things like that. Hold on, wait. Let me make my point though. Because it's obviously I know Steph is an all-time player, Klay is an all-time player, but the point I'm making is that team's defense just was not that good in general. It just wasn't.
In 2018, that defense was good. In 2019, in 2018,
even 2018, I just don't believe that team was that good like that.
Because
you only saying that because they lost to the Warriors.
You have this notion about Mike D'Antoni teams.
Thank you.
Yeah, but they guarded in 2018.
Mike D'Antoni,
they guarded
James Harden, Chris Paul. That is a recipe for failure.
That has no logic behind that. That's not a good argument, Ron. That has no logic behind it.
Well, okay,
it's not. It's not a good argument.
When has Mike D'Antoni ever won anything?
Mike D'Antoni is a winning coach.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
What it means, nigga.
No. Hey, listen, Ron. How does this work? Wait, Jordan, I got it. Let me pack him up. So those Steve Nash teams, when they had those injuries in the Western Conference Finals, you're saying that was his fault for losing those.
So
what you're saying is he played versus an all-time great team in 16, in 17, 18, 19, and that's his fault.
So every year, he just played against all-time great teams.
Just to be clear, you're saying
it was all-time great
if you're a coach and you play versus an all-time
great team,
maybe the best team of all time, you lose,
all-time great team.
That doesn't make any sense.
2018, yes, wasn't all-time.
So he's the only person playing against all-time great teams.
Who play? Coach or play?
Answer my question. You want me to always answer your
question? Coach or play?
Which
one are you talking about?
Was he the only person playing against all-time great teams? Mike
D'Antoni.
He's the only person that coached against all-time great team.
People have lost to those teams, though. What are you yapping about?
I'm talking about who he lost
Jerry
to.
West and Elgin Baylor. How many titles did they win together before they got Wilt? How many titles? How many times did they go?
Okay.
8 times. Lost every single one of them. What does that mean? You lose to better teams. That's NBA history. That's how it works. The Lakers lost to the Celtics the year before they went on their run.
Do we give Jerry West a pass?
Teams, great coaching.
Do we give him a pass?
But
no.
Yes.
We didn't give him a pass.
No, we still give Jerry West a
pass. Hell yeah, they give Jerry West a pass.
First of all, you don't talk about Jerry West. Let's just keep at that.
We're talking about it right now.
You don't talk about Jerry West.
I'm talking about him right now. Do we give him a pass?
You haven't watched the game.
Regardless if I ever watched the game, we know the context. We know the context. Jerry West, he lost finals after finals after finals to the Boston Celtics. We know the context. Do we give him a pass? Do we give him a pass? He played phenomenally.
He 35 and 37 in those series.
He lost.
He had the one finals where they
winning bias.
We had the one finals where they said he should have won finals MVP. Do we give him a pass? No, you got there and you lost.
Your past of games you ain't watched.
Okay, then let's. Okay, all right, cool, folks. Let's fast forward. Okay, let's fast forward back to Mike D'Antoni. All right, cool. Let's. Okay, cool. Let's fast forward back to Mike D'Antoni. Let's fast forward back to Mike D'Antoni about the passes we're giving him. Let's fast forward to Mike D'Antoni and the passes we're giving him, James Harden and Chris Paul.
Because
all of a sudden, they're the only ones that have played against all-time great historic teams.
Well, I just wait. Chill. Let me ask you. Relevant. You are there. Do we bake Jerry Sloan for losing to those Chicago Bulls teams? Is that a part of the narrative? I've never heard it brought up
about Jerry Sloan.
You shouldn't have lost to the better.
Don't give him a pass.
I've never heard
Jerry Sloan. They just talk about him as an all-time great coach.
I never hear him brought up. He lost to Jordan.
He would have.
Okay, great.
Jerry Sloan would have pressed you, and you know it. Jerry Sloan was a gangster. He would have walked up to Ox and pressed his ass.
He would have got his old ass beat too. Look, Jordan, he's not getting no pass.
Number one,
he would have gave you a pass in your hood, Ox.
We have seen better teams lose.
Hey,
We've,
if
that has happened before.
We wouldn't give you a pass.
And I think that's what.
Why are they beating the Warriors though, Chill? And tell me what the Kevin Durant Warriors. They wouldn't have lost to Toronto either if they were healthy. So I'm saying why are the Rockets being castigated for losing to that team? And they played well. They took them to 7.
I didn't say that they were being castigated for losing to them. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that with the Cavs playing against the Rockets, I think that they would have beat them. That's what this has been. That's what this has been about the whole time. And we've seen. But
do you think
we've seen better?
Do you feel like that's associated with how you think about James Harden? Is that because of how you think about James Harden, basically?
Yes, it is. 100% it is.
And Chris Paul and Mike D'Antoni.
Yes, it is.
It's a combination of the whole thing.
And on top of that,
if I'm only losing to teams that go to the finals and win a championship.
To Jordan's point, we've seen better teams lose. That's happened before. We've seen teams lose.
We've seen the best player lose more than we've seen the better team lose.
That's not true.
Yes,
it is true. Yes, it is true. Come on, Chill.
LeBron by himself.
LeBron lost a lot.
That's correct, Ron. That's correct.
Michael Jordan lost a lot. Lost a lot. He lost before he got to the finals.
But two things can be true. Two things can be
true. He wasn't the best yet, though.
Even if we have seen the best player lose, we've also seen better teams lose too. That's happened. That's
how many times? Really though.
Like as long as everyone who's on this wrong side of the fence that the Cavs would have won. As long as you guys just accept it's blind faith in LeBron and stop trying to act like
that's what I said.
I said that.
I said that.
20 minutes ago,
blind faith in LeBron.
Mr. Ron said, word for word, the Cavs roster is not worse than LeBron.
And that is, I agree with that too.
We got to that point too.
It's not just blind faith in LeBron. You genuinely
you got to calm down and stop screaming.
I said all of that. I believe all of that.
You've been screaming.
Ron, when we started, But when we started this, let me. When we started the timeline, Marsh, it was simply yes. I'm riding with Bron, yes. But then we went to the rosters. I'm like, you look at the rosters, it's not that much difference. But I am riding with Bron. Okay, I'm riding with Bron.
Wait. Chill. If you believe the best player in the world should always have the favor, why does that maintain now? Like why? Go ahead.
No, just against James Harden.
James Harden
and Chris Paul.
Jordan.
I don't understand why James Harden can slam.
And Mike D'Antoni.
Don't forget me. He about to swipe about to get you. So I'm about to get you now.
Whoa. Jordan, did you hear what he said? Well, chill. If you think the best player,
yeah. If you're maintaining that logic, so you're. So
wait. Answer the question.
Do you? No. Let me ask you.
Exactly why you said it.
No, I don't want to move. I don't want to move off the LeBron thing. I'm saying for me that doesn't sound. What I'm saying that doesn't sound consistent. No, that doesn't sound consistent. That's what I'm telling you. It doesn't sound consistent.
Words in my mouth. Because number one,
it doesn't sound consistent.
I just said that I've seen better teams lose. I've seen that. I've seen better teams lose.
Yeah.
With the better player. I've seen that happen. That's 100% that's happened. I've seen better teams lose.
To your point, though, Chill, that don't happen a lot, though.
It does. It doesn't. But it does. But it does happen.
Name me 5 times the better team lost.
What, Miami. Five times that the better team has lost.
Miami 13-14.
Miami.
Dallas 07.
13-14.
Well, it's finals.
No, we talking about the NBA. I still think that. I still think that Jazz team was better than the Bulls in '98. I thought that they
disagree with you on that one.
But anyway, okay. So the Spurs in
13-14.
The Heat in 14. The Warriors in 16.
The Lakers in 04.
No, you can't say the Warriors in 16 like they literally lost everybody.
You think the Lakers team was better, Mars?
I think it's a common one.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm on the other side of the fence.
I'm just saying the common ones.
I 100% think the Lakers was better than Detroit. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yes. I 100% think the Lakers.
Okay, keep going then.
But don't forget,
don't take the Warriors about D-Wade. They only had Steph Curry in the finals against the Raptors. Chill.
I'm talking about in 16. I didn't say in 19. I said in 16.
Were the Heat better than the Mavs in 6?
One more time.
Were the Heat better than the Mavs in 6?
In 06.
I think the Heat were better than the Mavs in 11.
I would favor the Mavs personally. But
I got the Mavs in 6.
I think the Mavs was better.
Yep.
So real talk. We're talking about the NBA Finals from 05
in that series.
Wade, Dirk, and all.
Let's see.
Oh, When Dirk was the best player in that series too, huh?
Hey, I just want to let you hold on.
The Lakers, the Celtics in
All right, great. All right, great. All right, hold on. Great. I just want to let y'all know that I set y'all up for this miraculous point. You know that the time span that y'all are saying all of this stuff is so screwed. That means it don't happen a lot.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but Jordan, your logic is that the Rockets were just night and day the better team in the past.
Where were you? Ron, we're the same age. Where were you when this was going on?
I was sitting around watching the Rockets chuck up a bunch of dumbass threes, and I knew that they were bound to get smacked. At some point,
like 2020 hindsight.
Because it was game 7,
Ron. Who would win in the series? The 18 Cavs or last year's Celtics?
Last year's Celtics.
Why?
No, hold on, because y'all are gonna say, "Oh, well, they shot a bunch of threes and stuff like that too."
Way better than that.
We go player for player. They have a better bench. They have a better starting lineup. They have a better coach. All of that. Also, too, their defense isn't even close. Like this Celtics defense compared to 2018 Rockets, whatever iteration of the Rockets, they play defense. That's the thing is, I don't believe that Rockets team. I don't see you guys keep saying that you believe that Rockets team play defense. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, then
he refuses to believe a Mike D'Antoni team play defense, despite the fact that they did. But because it's Mike D'Antoni and because James Harden's on the team, he will ignore all obvious signs of defense being played and say
that ain't right. That ain't right, Ron. That ain't right.
And it wasn't even. And Mike D'Antoni didn't control the defense at that time, too. By the way, Mike D'Antoni didn't control the defense.
Now, mind you, I think they played defense. He wasn't on the level of that Celtics team.
I agreed. I was just seeing how he felt about them chucking up a bunch of threes. That's
okay. Gotcha.
He bit his fine. He gave his reasonings. That's fine. Like, I'm not mad at. If you guys have blind faith in LeBron, as you're saying, I mean, the guy. That's why I was. You guys then trying to argue that the rosters are similar. I'm just not going to entertain that. I'm just going to.
No, I never said that.
You'll accept the first half.
Them too.
You'll accept the first half.
I'll accept. No, I would disagree with blind faith in LeBron, but you guys can have your blind faith in LeBron. That's cool.
Mars, hey,
I
blind
just need
faith,
an explanation.
Death faith, mute faith, Helen Keller faith,
James Harden and D'Antoni and Chris Paul. I get it, whatever, cool. I just need an explanation on how. How often does this blind faith in LeBron work out for you guys?
About 40%.
Shit, it's good numbers. That's real good numbers.
Depending on who he's going.
I ain't mad at 40%.
Hey, Mars, the blind faith in LeBron works more than it works out for Harden.
I like my.
It's not blind faith with Harden and Chris Paul. It's looking at how good the team is.
Right, 100%. And these two guys are.
You guys have blind faith in Chris Paul.
These guys are. Hey, Ron, these guys are a major reason why this team is as good as it is. That's why it's blind faith. Because both Chris Paul and James Harden are a major reason.
Was Chris Paul a playoff dropper, or am I confused, bro? I don't remember this. I mean, wait. Chill. Do I not remember Chris Paul going bar for bar with the Spurs and beating them?
Chris Paul plays well in the playoffs.
Yo, we can do this with everybody. We can go
Chris
to
Paul. Chris Paul played well in the playoffs.
Come on,
Chris Paul played well in the playoffs. He had was it 14 against OKC where he did that dumb shit in like game 5 or 4, whatever. 14 was bad.
Man, Ron don't know.
15 they blew. 15 they blew the 3-1 lead. Now, obviously, there's a lot more stuff that happened more than just that, but they blew the 3-1 lead in 15. But Chris Paul played well in the playoffs. At least the James Harden stuff.
They were getting embarrassed in the NBA Finals.
Worse in the playoffs. James Harden got worse in the playoffs. Like, that's just true. James Harden got worse in the playoffs.
But chill, remember the Warriors were just doing stuff versus that Cavs.
Didn't get worse in the playoffs.
And that's what I'm banking on, Mars. That right there, what you just
said. Yeah, but the issue with that is James Harden in his prime never played.
This is what you want me to do. You want me to explain. Your questioning was explain how, because James Harden, with what James Harden was, and because I had blind faith in James, even though he's lost, considering who James is going up against. James is going up against that 2007 San Antonio team that was great, by the way, with a great player still in Tim Duncan. He went up against that 2011 NBA Finals team in Dallas. He went up against that 2014 Spurs team. He went up against that 2017 Warriors team. All of those guys, every last one of those guys that I mentioned, are all better than James Harden. All of them.
When did James Harden play bad against a bad defense? One series.
You keep bringing that up, Mars. When did he play bad?
Yes, because you're saying James Harden goes to pieces. James Harden gets worse against the best defenses in the NBA. That's fine. Even though against the Warriors, he routinely played well and they were great defenses.
Yeah.
What series in James Harden's prime did he play?
This is a rhetorical.
No, this is a genuine question.
No,
I don't know the answer. What series did James Harden play against a bad defense that he played bad? When did he play a bad defense and play bad?
He didn't play against bad defenses like that.
Oh, he did. He did.
If I think about that Trailblazer team, if I think about that Trailblazer team in 14, they weren't a great defensive team. And he wasn't awesome.
I've made it when James Harden became James Harden.
Okay, so again, I'm clarifying what you're saying. So in 2015, so from 2015,
when James Harden became the MVP level guy,
right? So from
when did James Harden play a bad defense and fold?
Didn't play against that Spurs team was not a bad defense. That Warriors team in 2017. I mean, not that Warriors team. That Warriors team in 2018. That was not a bad defense. How did they get to the NBA Finals? Because he plays bad when you get deeper into the playoffs. That's when it starts to go the other way.
Doesn't even get bad, but sure,
with James Harden against a bad defense. That Celtics team was a good defense. This is a rhetorical question because he hasn't against especially when we get
what evidence do you have that against the Cavs, who were a bad defense, that James Harden would fold?
The evidence that I have is getting deep into the playoffs. What your stance is him playing against a bad defense. I'm thinking about him playing in the finals when the pressure is higher, and he's shown me when he got to the finals.
So in the conference finals, when did James Harden play bad?
In the conference finals?
Yes. Because that's as far as he was getting in Houston.
He wasn't in 2018, Mars. Let's not make it sound like he was awesome in 2018 against the Warriors. Didn't he have an 0-for-6 game or an 0-for-11
game though?
Yeah. And then don't forget about game 7 too. Wait a minute. Don't forget about game 7.
What did he do game 7? He had 32 game 7? He had 32 game 7 or 27? Was it 32 or 27? One of them.
If I say what I truly believe that James Harden is the best player.
What did he do? What did he do?
Game 7. He had 32 in game 7.
That's what I thought. 30. Kill. What are we talking about? You talking about one game?
We just seen
players can play bad for one game. Steph Curry played bad against.
Yeah, if you're going to try and argue, that James Harden in that game 7 is the same as Luka against Boston, if you're going to try and do that,
no, Mars, you're not going to do that with me because
you need to go back and watch these series because you're
not
going to lying.
No, I'm not lying about anything. You're not going to tell me that James Harden. You're not going to tell me that James Harden just because he had 32 yesterday and then turn around.
Because James Harden played well in the game.
James Harden played well. Luka played bad. Luka was 30 yesterday. Luka played bad, and he was awful.
Luka played bad.
No,
James Harden played well. Luka played bad. James Harden played well. That's why Luka played bad.
So what happened to the 27 straight threes that they missed? He was a part of that.
He missed all of that.
He was a part of that.
He missed all 3 of them. Chill. He had 32. What did you want him to have? 58?
He made 2 of them, and they took them off. Yes, James Harden didn't shoot the 3 well in that game. I can't remember what he was. 2 for 11, 3 for 13. Something not great.
I'm gonna go watch
James Harden still played well in the game.
He had 32.
You go back and watch game 7. You go back and watch game 7. James Harden created every open shot for Houston, was unstoppable one-on-one, was
and you know who played horrible, Chill? Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza went 0 for 12.
Oh, and Gerald Green. Oh, my God. But
don't forget that Trevor Ariza. People always want to blame James Harden, but I'm like, how you blaming James Harden when you got a kid going 0 for 12?
With James Harden dropping in the playoffs. That's an objective truth. James Harden does not play at the same level in the playoffs as he does in the regular season.
Sure.
But you are acting as if James Harden was just playing bad in these series.
No, I didn't say that, Moss. That's not.
You said he goes to pieces. Those are your exact words.
Yes.
What's the difference between going to pieces and playing bad?
He does give me stinkers in the playoffs, Moss.
And so does Steph Curry.
Okay, that 2 things can be true.
So what is your the idea that playing
those games that he plays bad, they can cost you a series. That's the point.
Having bad games is not enough of a justification when you have 1 or 2 bad games a series to say you're going to lose the series when your team is bars in a sweep.
Yeah, that's almost
half the series. In a sweep. So are the Cavs sweeping?
We didn't get a chance to see it, Miles, unfortunately.
It's the player choice break.